So hello everyone and welcome back to FTRL for Formula Performance for what is round 4 of Season 6 of Formula Performance here on FTRL. It's Monday night, and tonight we are here at Zandvoort, off in the Netherlands. So we're just getting underway for qualifying a few minutes ago. Whoever is in the chat first, can someone let me know how my mic sounds, how my level sounds? I was trying to get used to it on the PlayStation 5 and I don't know what the bloody hell I'm doing, to be honest, because there's no audio mix, so I spent the last 10-15 minutes trying to work out what I was doing. So if anyone in the chat could let me know if it sounds alright, or if I need to put my mic volume up or down or anything like that, just let me know please, so I can knock that Scooby-Doo. But let's get into it. I'll look and see if anyone says anything about it, but hopefully not. So FTRL Pagani has set 109.9, straight into the 109s. Bridger's Daddy and the other racing point is about 2 tenths behind them. You got Kieran Trapp and P3 at the moment as well. Casey Bernard, he's done a lap, sorry. Katamy's had a wiggle by the look of it. Evening Fever, does my mic volume sound alright to you? I don't know how to work it in the PlayStation 5, so let me know if it sounds alright. It doesn't sound too loud or that, please. I think Pagani saying no traction isn't fun. Well, Katamy's comes round the final corner, penultimate corner, sorry. Flat out, and the last corner. Still been the best lap from Katamy, it must be said. Brutus is on a mount lap, he's in the Renault. Which is in lane and say does not like the Haas as well, so it's not one of the best cars. But that's the price you have to pay for being fairly quick, Lennon. No one's going to be in a slightly less good car. I think there's only one Red Bull this evening, which is Max, and then you've got the recent points for best. You've got Pagani. And Bread, there's only one Ferrari and Casey Bernard, and you get the 2 McLarens, 2 Renaults, so Brutus into turn 1. Fairly clean through turn 1. Perfect Fever, cheers mate. Perfect from Brutus round the left-hander. Tighter corner before you go flat out all the way down here. Kind of S section, but it's flat out. Tricky corner down the right-hander, and then into the, where it gets a bit tighter now. And you're still taking a lot of speed through these right-handers, but you're on the edge of traction. Nice onto the left-hander, opens up the DRS. Pretty clean as well through the chicane there near the end of the lap. Just about in the bounds of the track as well for the right-hander. And accelerates down towards the line and sets a 110.6, which opens up into P5. Scuba's just ahead of him in the Williams, just to say that Wesker and the other Williams for this evening's race is up in P6 now. Rom's on an out lap. He's literally just about to start his lap, which is good timing. Casey Bernard he's so bad with the Ferrari. I've not ever used it, to be honest. I don't really play F1 anymore, to be fair. But I can't imagine it's. I mean, if it's anything like it is in real life, it's a little bit sketchy to say the least, isn't it? It's not the best. So yeah, it will not surprise me that it's not particularly nice. As Ron locks up, but might get away with it. Captain Chubbs has retired from the session, so I don't know what's happening with him. But after Ron Elson round that fast right-hander, comfortably within track limits, and not within track limits there though on that other right-hander. So invalidated there by Rom. That's not good. Tom's down on his time by quite a bit. Aaron pops himself up into P3 with a lap time that matches Bread Is Your Daddy. Aaron in the Alpha Tauri this evening. But as Bread set the lap time first, Bread takes that second place. Aaron's got third at the moment, but there we go, matching the times. Obviously it's a pretty short lap round here, so you do usually see pretty tight. I must be saying it's a bit like Austria. Austria's even. I was thinking Austria probably isn't shorter than Zandvoort. I'm not actually sure. Zandvoort's obviously got a lot of corners, which slows you down a bit. Brett Pagani and a 109.5 now. Beats his previous time by 4 tenths. So he doesn't like no traction. It seems to be going alright for him at the moment, must be said. VR Kelvin, what's happened to him? Brazier Daddy said his game has blue screened. That's not particularly handy. VR Kelvin's out on the mediums. Wasn't the best into the first sector though. They go a little bit wide in the right hand. I think he got a bit out of shape. Jesus. I think he got a bit out of shape heading into the right hander, so not the best I've seen so far. But he is on the mediums, so to the anti-clicker obviously when he's coming around here to finish off his lap, flat out as always around here. And he dies in the pits. He's not happy with that lap, and he heads in. So there we go. Now Lennon is just a bit down on his lap time. He could make it up here. Put the final few corners. No, he's out of shape again there, Lennon, and he's backed out of it. So that's ruined that lap time. 6 minutes remaining. Wesker is over a 10th up through the first sector. Man, once again in the Williams. There's only been 1 week where he hasn't been in the Williams. So really, really quick. Most times he's been in it, which has meant he can just stay there. But Scuba has been in it all season. He lost a little bit of time in sector 2, but he's still just marginally up on his time. Could move him up to 6th here if he has to re-go last sector, which would displace his teammate. Though he has backed off as well and is heading into the pits. That seems to be a common theme at the moment. Aaron's on an out lap, so he's just started his lap. It's not far off the front row at the moment at all. Bit of a gap to Pagani, mind you. Nicely through turn 1. Rom's popped himself up to P2 as well, so he's now on the front row of the grid. Just over half a tenth separates the back of the first row to the back of the second row, the second and fourth. Flat out the way through here for Aaron. Heading towards this long right hander. Really nice downhill corner. Really good sequence of corners around here, and he's a little bit down on this time, but it's not much at all. He can easily make that up through the middle sector. This is where there's a lot of time in the middle sector. Getting those exits right, maximising top speed through here as well. And there we go, Purple through the middle sector, and he's up by nearly 1.5 tenths. Penultimate corners to go, and in the final corner, which is not really much of a corner, let's be fair. And he comes across the line in a couple of seconds time, and he's going to set a 1:9.9. It's not close to Pagani, but it is on the front row of the grid for Aaron. A decent lap there. Max is only boards on the lap, but he's invalidated. You are correct, Fever. Pagani is on a mission at the moment. You mentioned he was struggling on no traction, obviously, transition, but he seems to have the pace at the moment over the field. Well, we'll have to still get everyone's last lap to do. I keep yawning. I apologise, says you. I don't know why. I'm not even that tired, but I keep yawning. So apologies. Kieran on an outlap now. Kieran's one of the guys that's near the very top of the standings. Had a really good opening to the season. That's the man who's in the Renault for this evening. I think he started off in one of the higher up cars and he's progressively went down. He's on the Renault this evening. Did I get the best race last time out? Actually, I can't really. I can't. Actually, it was 2 weeks ago last time out. Actually, because we never got to race last week. It was a bit of an F1 outage. Aaron couldn't set the lobby up. I couldn't set the lobby up either. So it's call off sadly last week. Thank you, Codemasters, for that. But fingers crossed. As of yet, no issues this week. Kieran. We'll get to the first sector split shortly. On those soft tyres, red ball tyres. He's a big chunk up there. Nearly 3 tenths of a second up for the first sector. Which is a hell of a lot of time in that short sector. He's a big chunk up here. He's nearly half a second now, which would comfortably put him up onto the front row of the grid at the moment. If he has a mighty last few corners, you never know, he could sneak very close to Pagani, but I think the nature of these last 2 corners, I don't think there's going to be much time he can make up on them. And he comes across the line. It's going to be close to Pagani. It is indeed, and it's a 1:09.790, and that's comfortably on the front row of the grid in P2. This places Aaron, pops him down. Pagani is on a lap now. I'm not sure Pagani's going to be able to improve much, to be honest, on that time, but we'll see. Just for a bit of a late apex there. See how he gets on this right-hander now. Committed from Pagani. He's basically matched his previous time. Gets a little bit caught on that curb on the left, which you don't really want to do. Seems to be alright. As he heads down towards the middle sector, and he's slightly up, tiny amount. Missed the apex slightly, I'd say, on the chicane there. Not by much, but you've cost him a tiny bit of time. Really good for the penultimate corner. And he comes towards the checkered flag and the line, and he has improved by 8 thousandths of a second. So a tiny improvement there from Pagani, as we thought. There wasn't much in that, let's be honest. There's a really good first few laps from Pagani, but comfortably 2 times clear of Kieran, who's retired now. He's finished his last lap. Aaron, one of the main challengers. He is up on his time through the first sector. He's nearly a 10th up. Though he's going to need a fair bit more than that. He needs to find another 3 temps in this lap. Oh, Lennon's disqualified for reversing from the wall. Oh dear. Oh, he's lost a lot of time in the middle sector, Aaron. That looks to put a dampener on him. See what he can do in the last sector. But it looks like he's going to have to settle for 3rd place here. Aaron. As he runs at ERS, it will be 3rd place. He's lost a lot of time in the last few sectors. Scuba's finished this lap as well, so I think that is it. It is indeed. A couple of people retired. As you see, when disqualified, so a couple of people not getting any laps in. Track limits can be a bit of a pain here. But Pagani takes a pole position. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's his first pole position in performance for a fair while. Pagani, so a great effort by him. I think it's definitely his first pole on no traction anyway. So very well done to FTRL Pagani. Even the Peatman. So great lap there from FTRL Pagani on 1st place. Kieran Trapp joins him along on the front row. Aaron and Rom on the 2nd row. They're both very familiar with each other from GT. Usually Rom hitting Aaron, so hopefully that's not happens in it this evening. Fred Giordadi in P5 alongside Scuba, Brutus, Wesker. Then we get Max and Tom around that top 10. Keith Bernard with the first driver free tire choice. And then we'll get Kelvin, Catamies, Captain Chubbs and Cowboy didn't get a lap in. And Lennon got disqualified for being an idiot. But it's Lennon, so we can allow him. Because it's Lennon, and he is an idiot. Well, Max has said, come on Belgium. Well, yeah, we'll say that for you, but for Rom, no, not so much. Pagani saying he hasn't done a start with no traction in 3 weeks, which is always fantastic. So expect Pagani in the wall by turn 1. And Lennon says, my Haas is worse than my Group 3 Audi. Find that hard to believe, to be fair. I don't know. I mean, I know why he picked the Audi, the Group 4, but yeah. I can't imagine the Haas is worse than that car. I mean, next season when Nikita Mazepin drives it, in fairness, it could be a Fiat 500 for all I care. Anyway. Anyone going to start, I'm assuming, outside the top 10 are going to be starting on mediums or hards possibly, but safety car's quite common here, I believe, so we'll see how that goes. We'll have a look at the moment. So quick have a look at the tires. So Casey Bernard on the mediums, Kelvin Catamy on the mediums, Captain Chubbs and Cowboy starts in the hards, and Lennon starts on the softs. So front top 10 as always start on the tyres to set the fastest lap on, which probably was the softs. But Pagani takes his first pole position in an awfully long time. Evening City Posh, particularly in performance. He had quite a few I think last season in Div 2, but yeah, definitely his first in a while performance and his first in no traction, so a massive well done to FTRL Pagani. Kieran Trapp alongside him on the front row. A good start to the season. Aaron in P3, we all know Aaron's pace. Rom starts alongside him. Everyone's worst Belgian. Everyone's least favourite Belgian. Breja Daddy P5 in the other racing point. Scuba once again in the Williams for this evening. And then you've got Brutus as well. P7 just behind him in the Renault. Wesker, which is Scuba's teammate, in the Williams. You've got Max, who's in the Red Bull, lines up in P9 on the 5th row of the grid. It has Tom Duval for company directly behind him, who's in the Haas this week. Casey Bernard outside the top 10, first of the drivers with on the mediums, as Kelvin goes wide outside out of the chicane under the formation lap. Catamy is his P13. He has good starts to watch out for him, but he is in a pretty slow car, it must be said, considering Catamy's is in Div 2. He's had a really strong start, an unexpectedly strong start, it must be said. Corboy P15 and Lennon, who got disqualified for apparently reversing out of the wall, which is an interesting one, but perfect timing. As always. No, it's not usually that good, it must be said. Look at this. FTRL is trying to give Codemaster's trying to give us the best camera angle for round 4 as they line up on the grid here. The lights come on, 5 red lights, and lights out, and away we go for round 4. Pagani just about is held off. I think Aaron's down the inside though. Aaron's had a good start. Kieran didn't have the best start either. Pagani's going to try and hold it round the outside of Aaron. So Aaron and Pagani are going to go side by side. And Pagani's going to back out there. He does indeed. Pagani backs out. So Aaron takes the lead of the race from P3. Mighty start from him. Pagani and Kieran didn't have the best of starts at all there. Particularly Pagani. Rom's in P4 at the moment. He's holding off a charge from Scuba and Brez. Scuba has jumped Brez Daddy up to P5. Tom Duval is in P7. He's up 3 places from P10. Brutus and Wesker both down 1 place in P8 and P9. We've got Lennon as well, I think in P10. We'll go on board with him. Lennon's up 6 places from the back of the grid. It's been a mighty start from him in P10. Oh, he's on the soft tire, a little bit extra grip off the start, and he's jumped up to P10 from P16, so he's using them to great effect at the moment. Katami's up 2 places in P11. We get Kelvin P12, Max is P13, Captain Chubbs is P14. And a battle with Casey Bernard, who's down 4 places. Not been the best start from him. But out front, Aaron Leans still into the final corner for lap 1, up 2 places. Jump Pagani and Kieran. On P2 and P3 respectively. Kieran dropping off, closing up, sorry, on Pagani. Pagani's dropped off slightly on the straight from Aaron. I don't know if Aaron was trying to get away, maybe using a bit of his DRS. Tom down a couple of places there. I don't know if he had a dodgy final corner or whatever, but Lennon is right over the back of him, and his fellow Haas. Good start from the Haas boys though. Right over the back, Tom of Wesker. He's got a straight to come soon, but it's not a very large straight, as we all know. And you really need to be right on the back of someone to possibly make an overtake. And Tom, I don't think is close enough. No, he is not. So he sits back. Pagani still on the back of Aaron. He's got this penultimate corner, and in the final corner, I think DRS has activated. It is. Lap 3, so it should be. Well, it's not, yes. Interestingly. I don't know why it said it's on lap 3 there actually. It'll be activated in the next lap. Unless I was seeing things, but it said lap 3 too early there. Which confused me. Scuba is right on the back of Rom there. Nice flat out section to come. Rom's literally hovering just in and out of DRS range. Scuba though, and the Williams is wanting to get a move on at the moment. This is not where you want to be following a car, mind you, right through all these long right-handers into this tighter section. It's really difficult to follow a car through here. We'll put off the position change and put on the tyres now. Good start though from Lennon to 10 from 16th. Right in the slipstream here. We've got DRS Scuba, Racing Point of Brez Daddy down a place as well, just behind him. Rome has, I think, just about going to have DRS here from Kieran. So he just went outside it and then went back in. It's hovering. He's going to get it, I think. Here he is. Scuba's not had the best last corner, and that's allowed Brez Daddy to go down the inside in the Racing Point, and he's tapped the back of the McLaren. And Pagani's had a moment. He's had a moment. Brez Daddy's picked up a penalty. Pagani drops down a P5. He's had a moment. behind Aaron. Back on now. Beja Daddy though nearly chopped his wing off there. On the braking zone there. Did tap Rom, but luckily for him it wasn't a big enough tap of his front wing. Oh, Casey Bernard is that, and Catamise is indeed Casey Bernard. Getting past Catamise, and an opportunistic move from Max as well. Very opportunistic move from Max. Catamise on those medium tires seems to be not enjoying himself at present. Plummeting down the order, down to P13. He had a good start. Casey Bernard and a couple of others didn't have the best of starts. Doesn't seem to like those mediums at the moment. City Bosch says Aaron always goes well round here. Must say I do feel bad for the Williams boys tonight. They have no grip around here, especially with the tyres always overheating. As there's a safety car. Oh, Catamise is. Oh, I apologise to everyone. I think you may have seen what just happened there to Catamise, or had a good idea, but I was too busy reading the comments, and I've just looked up and there's been a safety car because Catamise is retired. So I'm afraid I have no idea what Catamise has done. A few people come into the pits there, Max and Kieran. If anyone would like to let me know what happened there, I don't know if anyone's seen it, if it was on stream, because yeah, as I say, I was reading City Bosch's message. City Bosch, that's your fault for writing the blooming paragraph. Apologise right now. Bad boy. Just awfully behaved, but City Bosch, it's just not acceptable. Distracting the commentators from watching the Catamise have a retirement. It's horrendous. Well, Aaron, Rom, Bread, Scuba. I'm assuming that it was at the final, one of the final two corners, and he's just lost it on traction probably, but we'll see. But yeah, we've got the top 13 might have a chance now to come into the pits. I'm assuming he's going to come in. Aaron does. Rom does. Rom doesn't. Okay. Well, interesting. Red is in. Well, basically everyone is in, but Aaron and Rom and Scuba. Yeah, thought that might be what happened to City Bosch. Oh, there we go. Yeah, seen a couple of them when I've been watching Zandvoort before. It's easy to do. Kelvin stays out. Cowboy, Captain Chubbs, but we would expect Cowboy, Captain Chubbs not to stay out because they started on the mediums and the hards. So I mean, you would expect him, but the front two, you would expect to have come in. So that's an interesting strategy decision from the front two. Well, Aaron's out in P8. Wow. I've just spotted something. Brutus has jumped Aaron in the pit stops. Now, how Brutus, who is P5 or something, has jumped Aaron? I'm not entirely sure. Aaron must have held in the pit stops for that. Bridget Daddy's jumped Aaron as well, so Aaron has been held in that pits there. Bread though, going for a very aggressive strategy. He's back out on the softs. As Bread and Brutus and Aaron are come put on the mediums and the hards. So, well, safety car's coming in, as you think you've seen there. Rom hasn't went yet, and he's went now though. Just out the final corner, accelerates away. Safety car comes in. Oh, big chunk of cars in the background. Look at that. Oh, there's a Williams down the inside. Those two Alpha Tauri, sorry. It's Aaron and Captain Chubbs getting involved. Captain Chubbs is that, and Bridget Daddy goes side by side. Then we get a Renault Brutus trying to hold it down the inside of Aaron. Brutus and Aaron go side by side through the S's. This is not a place you want to be going side by side. Oh, Brutus has been put in the wall. Brutus smacks into the wall, and that's going to be his wing, and it is indeed side by side through there. It is never going to work through that section. It is flat out, but it's tight, as we know in Zandvoort, and it's got curves all the way through it, so it's not where you want to be side by side. Brace your daddy right on the back of Cowboy. It's one of the only overtakes I think you'll ever see. Oh, he's off. Oh, he's outbroke himself. Oh, and the two Alpha Tauris are going to have to back off a little bit here. I was about to say it's going to be one of the only overtakes you may ever see in that DRS straight. It's that small. As Captain Chubbs and Wesker side by side there for the final corner, the initial part of the final corner, and you've got, I think, Tom on the back of Pagani. Pagani's going to try, Tom's going to try and hold it round the outside of Pagani. Not going to have the grip or the traction there. So it doesn't work out. Brazier Daddy is one of the ones that picked up a penalty so far. It's really tight for that mid-pack at the moment here. But yeah, Bread and Rom are the two picked up the penalties. You can see on the right hand side, little penalty symbol beside it. Out front though, the front two still stay out on those soft tyres, extending that stint. Bread is your daddy is P6, he's on the soft tyre though, so he's going to want to get past guys ahead to fully get use out of them. Aaron's back up to the first person though, who has pitted. So he's in the net race lead at the moment. Pagani has actually managed to get past at the end of that DRS straight, that time DRS straight. He's got past Weskers in the Williams. So he's up to P8. Bread on the back of Aaron, who's on the back of Cowboy, and down the inside Aaron goes from what looks like an easy move on the medium tyres. Up he goes into P4. Oh, thank you for reminding that Peatman. If you don't mind, give the little stream a like. 5 at the minute, there's 14 people watching. But Brazier Daddy and Cowboy are going side by side. Cowboy's going to try and hold it, but I think Brazier Daddy has comfortably got that done, and they end up. Important move that for Bread. Pagani's on the back. Captain Chubbs. Kieran has lost a bit of wing, and he has had a moment. What looks to be on the right hander, just before the end of the first sector. He's had a moment there. Well, Pagani and Captain Chubbs are going to go side by side. Pagani with another move in that DRS straight. Pagani with a move so far up to P7. Up he goes, and the charge back continues for Pagani as he gets back up to where he started the race before he had a little bit of a moment. Aaron has set the fastest lap of the race, understandably on those fresh tyres. Catching up to the back of Kelvin now, the bit between his teeth at the moment, as Rom and has dropped down behind Scuba. So Rom's had a wiggle somewhere there. Unless Scuba just overtook him, but he was a bit too far ahead. I think Rom may have made a dodgy corner possibly somewhere. Kieran's pitted. Need a new wing, so he will. Two McLarens fairly nicely at the moment and going pretty well. Red's right on the back of Aaron here. Aaron's caught up massively to the back of Kelvin, but Red on those soft tyres looks extremely racy right now. And you can see how close he is to the back. It's important, Bread. Oh, he had a look there, but he thought better of it. Bread, understandably the fast lap of the race. Bread is flying along in that racing point at the moment. And Zandvoort looks very comfortable on those soft tyres, and he's absolutely flying here at the moment. All the front five all within a second of each other. Around the back of Kelvin. The front two, their tyres will be starting to decline pretty quickly now, I'd imagine. Even with that safety car having helped a little bit. No one anywhere near close enough at the moment to make a move. Kelvin though locks up for the chicane. Aaron needs a really good exit because the issue is at the moment Kelvin has DRS, but Ron pops in from pits, so Kelvin will not have DRS in the next time around unless he can close up the back of Scuba. Scuba has stayed out. Keep an eye on this battle. Aaron going for a bit of a wider line, over a bit of a later apex. He's right on the back now, Aaron. He's looking to get that move done, but it's once again it's through this S section, and it's you need to be really, really ballsy to make a move through here. It's a really difficult place to go side by side. So you never know, he might get done this little straight, but most likely he'll get done in the next start finish straight. Fully expecting to see Scuba in this lap. Kelvin has closed that gap up a bit though to Scuba. He's hovering just outside of DRS range at the moment. He's going to be out. He's not going to have it this lap. Scuba is going to come. No, he's not going to come in. He looked like he might be coming in there, but he's not. Going to hold out as Breja Daddy comfortably gets past Aaron with DRS. A little bit of ERS. Using those soft tires to good effect still. Still got good enough grip at the moment, clearly. Oh, that looks like Captain Chubbs has had a... Oh, he's had a big old spin. It's on the exit of turn 1. And he's lost his wing. Oh dear. Captain Chubbs. He's going to go over to Rob as well. Pagani is indeed closing the gap. Slowly. Fever. He is 1.7 seconds now. Aaron's obviously getting held up behind Kelvin for a while. Bread now has took over that job. I'm trying to get past Kelvin, but Scuba has stayed out, so Kelvin has managed to quickly close that gap now. He's well within DRS range now. Scuba's tyres have officially given up the go, I think. In the Williams, not great on its tyre weight. And this track is a tyre killer. Oh, that's Bread span. I think he's done what Catamese has done, but he's got away with it. Oh dear, Fred. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Comes in, gets rid of those tyres. Oh dear. Unlucky Bread. He was going well, but that puts Pagani back up into podium positions as Scuba pits as well. And puts on the hard tyre. He should be able to go to the end pretty comfortably on them. So, barring any safety cars, looks like a one stop for him. And Rom as well, who pitted the lap before. Kelvin now stays out on those mediums. He started the race on. Aaron's in P2. Pagani still closing that gap quickly behind him. Pagani is looking good at the moment, it must be said. He's doing well. Tom in P4, Len in P5. On the back of the grid, it must be said. So very well done to him at the moment. Max is P6. Casey Bernard for company. Then you got Cowboy, Scuba, Rom, Bread, and Brutus. P10, P11 and P12 who all have picked up penalties so far. Wesker's P13 on those mediums. Seems to be struggling a bit compared to his teammate Scuba at the moment. Don't know if he's made a mistake because he's a bit far off and he's at the back beside Kieran, who, as we saw, made that big mistake there a while ago. Had to pit pretty early on. So, oh, is that Cowboy? Oh, no, it's not. Why is there a yellow flag? Oh, mate, I think that might be Captain Chubbs. I think Captain Chubbs has had another off. He has indeed. And Captain Chubbs has given up the ghost and he's brought out a virtual safety car. Not the best idea from Captain Chubbs. He could have just done it in this pit lane. That has cause a virtual safety car as he's retired directly in the middle of the track on the straight. It's not the smartest idea from the captain, as must be said. But this will just neutralise the race. Oh. He's coming round the final corner now, Kelvin. And Kelvin has stayed out. Aaron is alongside, and down the inside he goes, Aaron. Easy move up into P1 at the end of the virtual safety car. Managed to time it perfectly. Tom and Lennon having a battle with the two Hasses, P4 and P5, and Max, sorry, right behind. Yes, it's a pretty feisty little battle here between these three. All on the same kind of strategy at the moment. They're going to have another pit stop to make though. Who's that? Who has? Oh, it just went away anyway. Well, Aaron has jumped up to P1 as we saw. Now can Pagani do it pretty quickly? Kelvin's still within DRS range of Aaron though, so Pagani might have to wait. Kelvin drops the DRS. If he does. There it is. Max has had a moment, I think, because Max was directly behind that battle we saw with the Hasses. He's now got Casey Bernard, sorry. Nearly halfway through now. Skipper doing a good job in P8 at the moment, just pitted, so for a decent result again in that Williams. Such a fast, clean driver, Scuba. He's doing extremely well for the season. Pagani right on the back now of Kelvin. Kelvin is still going to get DRS off at Aaron, I think, at the moment. But I think, by looking at how much he's dropped off this lap, I think Kelvin's tyres are beginning to give away a little bit. That's the closest battle on track, the top three at the moment, other than this battle at the back of the field between Brutus, Wesker and Kieran, two Renaults and a Williams and a Renault sandwich in the middle of them. Which is Wesker. I'm sure he'd like to get out of that and get quickly past Brutus. Brutus, however, is on the soft tyres, so understandably has a bit more pace. Actually, in fairness though, I think Brutus's tyres might be giving up shortly because the soft tyres last particularly long here. It's a difficult track to overtake, this one, so you do see a lot of just kind of very cautious approaches to overtaking just after you kind of scenario until that start finish straight, because there's this tiny little straight up here. It's so small. Oh, Aaron and Kelvin are going at it. I think Aaron's made a mistake here. Or he's not had a good lap or something, because Kelvin nearly got past him there with DRS. Aaron is struggling at present at the moment. Well, either that or Kelvin has pace at the moment. In fairness to Kelvin, I think I remember right that he won the first race in performance and he was in the McLaren. Now he did go, I think he missed the race too. Not sure what happened to him at Baku. But he's now back in the McLaren again and he's showing his pace once again. Even on those old medium tyres, he's still showing decent pace. 6 lap fresher tyres for Pagani and Aaron. Pagani is looking... He wants to get past pretty quickly now. Well, Brutus has come into the pits and fitted on the medium tyre. He saw him, he was on the soft tyres. Soft tyres lasted 8 laps, and then they... Oh! Oh! Yeah, oh, that's interesting. Pagani in the pits now. Early stop from Pagani. Very early stop from Pagani. He's going to take those mediums a bit longer than his last mediums. I think he's just wanting to do the undercut here and get out of the way of these. I think he's been held up quite a bit here with Kelvin Aaron. Aaron doesn't seem particularly comfortable on these medium tyres. I don't think. He just doesn't have the same pace he had on the softs. Because Kelvin's comfortably staying with him on 6 lap older tyres than him. Pagani comes out directly behind Scuba. Now, bearing in mind, Pagani's, these are on the same strategy, well, they're not on the same strategy as they're on different tyres, but they're on the same pit strategy as in they've not got any pit stops left to do now. That should be the last. Scuba's on 5 lap older tyres, but he is on the hard, so more durable. Pagani's on the quicker medium tyre, so in this opening 5 or 6 laps you would expect him to have a pretty decent pace advantage over Scuba ahead, and Scuba is the only driver in front of him that has done that pit stop. Aaron is also doing a pit stop here. Now this is going to hinder Kelvin because Aaron is going to have the jump on him as well when Kelvin comes into the pits. Now I'm assuming Pagani will comfortably overtake him. He's not comfortable in fairness at all. He's managed to get out ahead of him, which I am very surprised at there. Aaron must have had a really good pit entry and things, because on those fresh tyres you would fully expect Pagani to jump Aaron. Aaron's clearly had a good in-lap as well, so good play to Aaron. Now he's going to be the one catching after Scuba, but I do feel Pagani has the pace over him at the moment, Aaron, quite comfortably. Pagani seems the class of the field at the moment. Kelvin still out on those medium tyres. He started the blooming race on, which is 20 lap old now. There was a safety car. He's still not coming in. Now both of these guys coming in now, a bit earlier than you would expect. Pagani doing the undercut, Aaron covering him off, very much like we left off at the moment. Rom and Cowboy just behind Pagani and Aaron having a battle. Cowboy, I think Rom got past Cowboy there. Cowboy is also another driver who started the race on the same tyres he's currently on. Only other driver other than Kelvin, though Cowboy's down in P9 and he is on the hard tyres. Kelvin is still out on those tyres. Still not come in yet, as Aaron and Pagani, as you would have expected, have caught up to that Williams of Scuba. As I said, all of these should be going to the end on those tyres, so this is a race to the finish for these. Kelvin will join this party shortly, I would imagine, particularly if these two get held up behind Scuba, who's not going to have the same level of pace on those hard tyres as the two behind them on the mediums. Now, Kelvin's clearly not coming in yet again, so he's carrying on for yet another lap. Now, is Kelvin, as Aaron comfortably gets past Scuba, is Kelvin going to try and get to a point where he can put on the softs? I'd be amazed if he does. I don't think he's going to last long enough for him to get the softs on, but I mean, I never know. Pagani gone past Scuba, round the outside. What a move from Pagani. Pagani round the outside, committed, knew it was important to get it done. Pagani making some very nice moves here this evening. Up to P6. Now, I'm not entirely sure how long these mediums last, but I cannot imagine it'll last much longer than what Kelvin's doing at the moment. I mean, I wouldn't imagine much longer at all. Is he coming in this lap? Now, he is going to try and get to the softs, I'm assuming, because at this point in time, the one-stop strategy is open, says there. So, he is able to pit, it says now. There's that Brutus picks up another penalty. So, according to the game, he is able now to come in. Though there was a safety car bearing in mind, so he might try and push an extra lap or two. He's not losing much time to Tom at all, if any, in fairness though Tom is on the hard task. It's Aaron he's going to be losing time to at the moment, who's got past Scuba, same with Pagani, and then quickly catching up to the back of Lennon, who starts from, who started from the back of the grid and is up into P4. Max is P3, a good solid race so far from Max. Tom Duval is P2 as well. A good race from both Haas drivers, P2 and P4, and a car that isn't great, let's be fair. Let's be honest about that. So good job by him. Obviously, once again, good job by Scuba and the Williams. Wesker seems to be struggling a little bit though, down in P13. Still decent points. We'll obviously get that 2 retirements. Sadly for Captain Chubbs and Captain Chubbs and Catme, sorry. No, I just jinxed Pagani there. Well, this should be an easy move, I think, here for Aaron. He's catching to the back of Lennon. He's going to have DRS as that, I'm assuming, is Brutus as he goes down the inside, Aaron. Brutus, it is Brutus. Brutus has had a moment. Yeah, Aaron quickly dispatches of his friend Lennon in the Haas. I'm assuming Pagani will do that very soon. Max pits for his last pit stop, and he's gonna come out. And what appears to be P9. Pagani once again round the outside. Can I just say, what in the world is going through Pagani's head right now? Jesus Christ. He's pulling off some mental moves. He's so much extra pace. He's just finding grip everywhere and anywhere, and he's so quick at the moment. He's 100% got the pace at the moment. He's just flying along Pagani. I think that no traction situation is finally coming to him. Obviously, he isn't a very quick car and the racing point, and Pagani is a fairly quick driver, but he's in a very solid position right now for the race win. Kelvin pitted and put on soft tyres, and he is P6. Well, what was going on there? So he's P5 now as Lennon pits to cover off Max. Let's see what happens with Max. Max is coming down the start-finish straight now, and into turn 1 he goes. And out pops. Lennon hasn't popped out yet. Lennon must have had a very dodgy last lap there. He's lost a lot of time to Max. Tom's not pitted yet, and look how quickly Aaron and Pagani got right up to the back of him. Well, Scuba is P4, but he's going to be underfitted very quickly from Kelvin, who's the one to watch, who's on the soft tyre. Kelvin's definitely not out of the race one here. I think he might even be the favourite at the moment, considering the gaps. He's not got a long catch up to the Aaron and Pagani, and he's on the soft tyres. Lennon says he backed off. Well, he lost a fair bit of time there. Well, Kelvin, I imagine he's going to get past Scuba here. It's 4 attempts away. DRS, use a bit of overtake, and there he goes. Down the inside he goes. Easy move. I don't think Scuba's got any interest in defending, to be fair, at this point in time. Massive tyre difference, tyre advantage for Kelvin. And look at the front two on the back of Tom. Still not come in. Now, Tom, there's no point staying out much longer than this one, Tom, unless he's going to go to the end and film this. Now, that is obviously a big possibility. He's going to get to the end, but he's going to get smothered by the top 5, I'd imagine, here. I think the best he might be able to hope for is P5. And 4 drivers behind him to jump him. He might be able to put up a defence against Scuba. We'll see what happens if he decides to stay out. Now Aaron catching up to the back of Tom, but Pagani's very close to the back of Aaron. Imagine this will be a very comfortable move if Tom does stay out. Pagani looks very racy behind. He's staying out, Tom. What a camera angle we've got there, and Pagani I think is going to follow him through. He is indeed. Tom Duval is going to try and hold it around the outside of Pagani. Pagani's going to have the grip I feel here though, and Pagani is going to get that move done. Once again another fabulous move there from FTRL Pagani. The Pagani up to P2. He's getting quickly past the people that Aaron's getting past. He's getting past them literally like the next corner or on the same corner. What was the case was there and Tom. Lennon seems to have had a disconnect, and Lennon's left the session here. His car's in P10 at the moment. Kieran's pitted, put on soft tyres. Kelvin's quickly catching up to the back of these now. Look who's hovering in the background. Yeah, it is some disconnect. Look at Kelvin on the back of Tom Duval. Look how much extra pace that McLaren's got at the moment. Down the inside he goes. This is going to be an easy move here for Kelvin. Kelvin is the favourite for this race when I feel at the moment. He's so quick at the moment on those soft tyres. Pagani has got past Aaron. I think Aaron might have just let Pagani go, possibly. They're better party together, I'm not sure. Is that Casey Bernard? It is indeed. It's turn 1 again. It's another victim of the turn 1. He has kept his wing in fairness, so I'm going to him for that. Pagani stretching away from Aaron. Got it up to 7 tenths. If we can get it up to a second, that would be very handy. Aaron could do his mate a favour here of holding up a very quick McLaren behind him, who's on the soft tyre. Case Bernard getting past Lennon's Ghost car. Scuba catching up to the back of Tom. I did say I thought the best Tom could hope for was P5, and Tom doesn't feel he can get to the end, so he's going to have to bail out, which he does. And he's also sped into the pit lane just for some more. Disappointment there for Tom, not managing to get to the end of those tyres, and then he has picked up a 5-second penalty as well. The front four haven't picked up any penalties though for the cut on that shooting track, not something like that. Aaron's outside of DRS range now, and Kelvin, who you'd expect to quickly get past him now. It's important he does it really quickly though if he wants to catch up to Pagani. Kieran sets the fastest lap of the race so far. He's just pitted for soft tyres. Tom Duval might give him a run for his money though for that. Kelvin closing under half a second gap. He gets a good exit here of the final few corners. He's very close. Lovely camera shot here. Super close, and this is going to be an easy move. We'll go on board and we'll have a look here. He uses his ERS and he goes down the inside under braking. Oh, he's round. Oh, he didn't get it round. He just understeered it. Oh, as his McLaren teammate passes through his ghost car. I don't think Aaron done anything wrong there. I think Kelvin just outbroke himself slightly, and I think he just tapped to Aaron's car. Aaron gave him plenty of room by the look of it. It looked like it just was a simple case of Kelvin slightly misinterpreted his braking zone. But yeah, definitely didn't look like Aaron done anything wrong there. I think it just looked like a mistake from Kelvin. It definitely looked like he was going to be the favourite for the race with Pagani. Pagani now has a bit of a free rein, barring any issues. It looks like Pagani or penalties. Pagani will take the race win here. Scuba P3 on for another podium in the Williams, particularly because the two behind him have penalties. Kelvin P6, Max P7's picked up a penalty. Tom picked up a penalty. He's P8. He's on the soft tyre. He's going to be a very quick on the back of Max. So keep an eye on that. Kelvin on the back now. Or Brescia Daddy, who's on the hard tyres. And it looks like it's going to be a move up the field. Kelvin, not yet though. Brescia Daddy defends. Kelvin's going to go all the way around the outside though, and it's going to be an easy move with superior grip on the soft tyres. Kelvin gets one of those places back up to P5. Now, Max. Max is going to have to defend here from Tom, and I don't think he's going to have much to defend with over someone who's on the soft tyre. At this late stage on fresh soft tyres, it's going to be absolutely flying, Tom. I think it's going to be more of a matter of time before Tom dispossesses Max of P7 and moves himself up a place. Casey Bernard's P9, Cowboy's P10, Lennon's P11. Well, I think Lennon's still not in his car, so I imagine Lennon will be P13 before long. I think this will be a very straightforward move here. Max is already struggling. Oh, evening, Hijack. It's going to be a very, very straightforward move here, and the DRS. Max is going to have nothing to defend with. Down the inside, he's still going to be just about there, but there's no point Max even defending this. He's got nowhere near enough traction compared to someone who's on fresh softs at this late stage. On low fuel, flying on those tyres. Brescia Daddy is still not too far away from the back of Kelvin. After Kelvin got past, I'm not sure that little, well, it wasn't a spinner he caused, the tyres caused him fairness. It was more just a contact spin, but that's hindered his tyres a little bit because even on 7 lap softs you would expect him to have a bit more pace over Brett, who's on 18 lap hards. But anyway, we may have some defending still to do. Max is going to drop off the back of Tom. Tom's catching up to this battle as well, so I'm fully expecting Tom to catch up to Brett by the end of the race. The front four, actually, nothing's really happening. Kelvin's not catching to the back of Rom much, to be fair. I think the best of the softs have kind of waned a bit now. Tom still catching up to the back of Brett, slowly but surely. He's got 3 laps to do it, and it's 2.9 seconds, 2.8 seconds. Possible, but he's going to need to get a bit of a move on, I feel, yeah. If he wants that, and it's obviously a pretty short lap here. It's only a minute and 12-13 seconds in the race, isn't it? Something like that. Everyone is fine, hijacked, I feel. Pagani on for another win. It's been a while since we've been hijacked in the chat. It didn't look like Tom was catching up much, actually, at all. So it looks like we're going to be as it is. Red catching up to the back there into the turn 1. Done a good job on those hard tyres. Kelvin's tyres are clearly going off a bit, though he is catching a fair bit up to Rom now. Actually, Rom appears to be struggling. So even though I think Bred's been helped by this DRS here, we saw Bred did have very good pace though. If it wasn't for that spin, I definitely do feel he'd been right up there towards the top end of the field, battling for the win. It's a bit unlucky for him. Pagani still comfortably in the lead. He's just got doing the chicane at the end of the lap, the final 2 corners, and then another lap to do. Let's go getting past Lennon's ghost cart. Bread still found DRS range. Kelvin. Oh, Bread, sorry, going a bit aggressive on the curb. Kelvin goes very defensive on the inside. Bread gaining quickly. Not enough yet though. As they enter the last lap. Watch Pagani, who's had a moment somewhere clearly. As he's dropped off the back. He's dropped off a bit and Aaron has closed right up to the back of him. What happened to Pagani there? He's had a big moment somewhere clearly. Pagani though round the left-hander before the straight. Aaron's closing in on him. He's thought about a move. Oh, that was nearly a move there on the last lap. Pagani's obviously had a moment somewhere. Aaron's trying his hardest as they go down. Is it going to be a photo finish for the win? Pagani and Aaron. Pagani wins from Aaron in P2. Scuba's going to take P3. Rom takes P4. Kelvin takes P5. But Kelvin takes P4 on penalties. Rom drops into P5. Bread takes P6. Tom had more penalties, so Tom drops down to P7. Max takes P8. Casey Bernard is going to take P9. Cowboy takes P10. It does indeed. Kieran is going to come across the line to take P11. And then we're going to have Westco's come around the final corner. Unexpected photo finish there from Pagani and Aaron. Pagani didn't have the best last lap. Obviously made a mistake somewhere. And Wesker takes P12. Lennon at the back takes P13. That's a disconnect. But Pagani takes the win from FTRL Aaron and another podium for the Williams of Scuba. There we go. Rounds out the action for round 4 here at Zandvoort in the Netherlands. So Pagani takes his first win for a little while at least. Very nice race from Pagani. Had the pace all race. Very welcome, people. Right, that rounds out this evening's action for FTRL Performance. Obviously, we've got F1 and Div 1 and Div 2, sorry, over the next 2 days. And then we've got GT1 and GT2. GT2 on Thursday, GT1 on Friday. And then we have our Christmas break for anyone that's watching still. So Performance will be back on the 4th of January 2021. Let's hope 2021 is a slightly better year than 2020. But yeah, we will be back on the 4th of January for Performance. Which is, it does feel like a fair while away, but I'm sure it'll fly. And we will be at Suzuka. We'll be at Japan for that. Okay. So hopefully you'll join me for that. Thank you very much for everyone for watching. Cheers, Wash. So thank you very much for everyone for watching. And hopefully you'll join me on the 4th of January for Japan and Suzuka. Well, thank you very much for watching. Have a nice night.